Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about electroencephalogram. You may have heard the similar words like electrocardiogram and electromyogram. So by definition, this electroencephalogram is the graphical record of the activities of the brain. Like the same ECG is graphical record of the activity of the heart tissue. So is encephalogram is recording of the activity of the brain. So basically what they are recording? They actually recording the electrical potentials that is generated in case of EEG in the neurons, and in case of ECG it is in the cardiac muscle or the heart tissues. Method is same for same as ECG. In EEG also we are putting electrodes on the scalp, like in ECG we are putting the surface electrodes on the chest. So these electrodes, they will actually measure the potential differences that is developed in a underlying tissue. Like first I will explain ECG, that in ECG what happens, we are putting electrical potentials over the chest and over the limbs, and they will pick up the electrical differences. So why electrical differences are produced? That is because of the formation of dipole in a particular tissue. Now what is dipole? Dipole means presence of the two different poles, that when a particular tissue is excited by the action potential, the some part of tissue have negative charge, some part of the tissue have positive charge. So in a same tissue, two charges are there, two different charges are there, which is the main cause for the formation of dipole. And because of that dipole, there is electrical current will flow from the negative side to positive side, and this flowing current will be picked up by a electrode. So whenever heart muscle is activated, this dipole is formed, and due to that dipole electrical current is generated, which is picked up by the electrode. Same in case of EEG. We will in the procedure of EEG, so many electrodes are placed on the scalp, and they will pick up the neuronal activity. Because of this neuronal activity, electrical current is generated, which is picked up by the electrodes which are present on the scalp. Electroencephalography is to the brain what ECG is to the heart. As I have said earlier, both will record the surface recordings of electrical potentials that originate from the numerous dipole that develop in the excitable tissue. So surface recording of electrical potentials, that is over the precordium in case of heart, over the skull in case of brain, and this excitable tissue will be cardiac muscles for ECG and cerebral neurons for the EEG. What is the use of, why we are doing this? Like ECG is we are doing to diagnose several heart diseases, to diagnose the several arrhythmias, to diagnose the electrolyte abnormalities, so many things. Like in case of EEG is will used to diagnose of the conditions like epilepsy, sleep disorders, brain tumors, and subdural hematomas. Nowadays, so many advanced investigations are available like CT scan and MRI to diagnose various brain diseases, but still EEG is most useful in diagnosis of the epilepsy. That without taking EEG, the diagnosis of epilepsy would not be possible, that merely with the CT scan and MRI. So it is not replaceable. Like what I want to say is, EEG is not replaceable with the other investigation for diagnosis of the epilepsy. What we are doing in epilepsy, EEG, that in electroencephalography, a large number of electrodes are placed all over the scalp in order to obtain a complete map of scalp potential. So all over the scalp we are putting the electrodes. This electroencephalography is a method, electroencephalograph is a machine, and electroencephalogram is the graphical record. The pairs of electrode are connected to a separate channels for an amplifying and this recording device called as electroencephalograph or the EEG machine. I will show you the photographs or how the electrodes are placed. But before that, the majority of laboratories use this 10 to 20 systems of electrode placement recommended by International Federation of Societies for this EEG. Now, what is this 10 to 20 system? I will explain later on. The system is based upon measurement of 4 standard points, that is nasion, inion parts of bone, as well as left and right preauricular points. So you can see in this figure that in this graph or photograph A, this one is nasion, this one is inion, this C is central point, and this 10%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 10%. These actually are the, suppose we are taking this whole distance from nasion to inion. So this 10% means the length between two subsequent electrodes is actually 10% of the total distance. Here one of the electrode, here one of the electrode, here one of the electrode, here. So this distance will be 20% of the total length between nasion and inion. So like this, every electrodes are placed in this coronal as well as horizontal section. You can see here, this is the central point, this one, or line between preauricular points. So transverse electrodes are placed in this direction, and distance between two subsequent electrodes will be either 10% or 20% of the total distance. This is lateral view, this is the frontal view, and this is the whole view. This C, it is for central electrodes, T is for temporal electrodes, O for occipital electrodes, and F for frontal electrodes. So whole over the scalp, electrodes are placed to take out the neuronal activities. Nowadays, the cape is available in which there is inbuilt electrodes are there. So we don't need to put up electrodes on this scalp. Electrodes are already placed inside that cap. Only just patient has to put on that cap, and that's it. We are good to go. We can take the EEG. Now what we'll get in EEG? How can we diagnose whether EEG is normal or whether EEG is abnormal? So what we get in EEG is like 4 waves, as we are taking, or we are getting the waves in ECG, the same in EEG we are getting these 4 waves: alpha, beta, theta and delta. According to how this name is given, alpha, beta, theta and delta, that on the basis of frequency of wave, voltage of the wave. So if you have to remember the frequency of the particular wave and the voltage of the particular wave, there is a mnemonic, that is BAT dance, B-A-T, BAT dance, D-A-N-C-E. So B for beta, A for alpha, T for theta and D for delta. As we go from this BAT dance from B onwards, the frequency will be decreases and voltage will be increases. Or in case, suppose we are taking BAT, B the first letter, that is reference to beta wave. So beta wave has highest frequency and lowest voltage. Then A, alpha, which has frequency the less than beta and voltage more than beta. Then theta, T, B-A-T, T theta has frequency less than alpha and voltage more than alpha. The last one is delta wave, which has the lowest frequency and highest voltage. So what will be the waves look like, that we are discussing the various waves one by one. Alpha wave, so you can see this is the alpha wave, recording of the alpha wave. Alpha waves are the most prominent components of EEG. They have the fairly regular frequency between 8 to 13 Hz and the amplitude of 50 to 100 microwatt. from which part of brain you can record alpha waves? So that is, they are the prominent in parieto-occipital area and most marked when the person is awake and relaxed with closed eye. As far as your eye is closed and you are relaxed, the alpha wave will be generated and will be picked up. But once you open your eyes and you will give attention to any stimulus, this alpha wave will disappear. For example, you are in relaxed state with the eyes closed. As you hear some noise and as you open your eyes and light is there, alpha wave will disappear. This is known as EEG desynchronization. That alpha wave is there, then by opening eyes, disappearance of alpha wave is known as desynchronization or alpha block. Alpha rhythm disappears on opening the eyes and being attentive. The frequency of alpha wave is decreases in various conditions like hypoglycemia, hypothermia, hypercapnia, and whenever cortisol hormone is decreased. The next wave will be beta wave. So this is the recording of beta wave. As I have said, bat dance, beta wave has the frequency more than 13 Hz and maybe as high as 25 Hz. So it is the maximum frequency and have the lowest voltage. They have lower voltage than the alpha waves. This beta wave will be generated whenever the patient is alert and with the eyes open. From which part of brain it will be recorded? So it is parietal and frontal region. Barbiturate, these are the groups of the drugs, means the name of drugs, one of the groups which will induce this beta activity. The next wave is theta wave. So these are the recordings of theta wave. Bat dance, so BAT. Now T has frequency less than the alpha. So theta waves have frequency between 4 to 8 Hz. Alpha wave has frequency between 8 to 13 and have larger amplitude than the alpha wave. They are seen in the parietal and temporal region in the children, and in the adult it will be seen in emotional stress and also in the some brain disorder. Also this theta wave we can record from the hippocampus in the experimental animal. That brain is open and waves directly collected by keeping the electrodes on the hippocampus. The next wave is delta wave. So this is the recording of delta waves. Delta wave has the lowest frequency, that is less than 3 Hz, and the highest voltage, maybe more than 150 microvolt. They are seen in the deep sleep and in infancy. So whenever you learn sleep, in that you will learn that in the deep sleep the delta waves will be recorded. It is one of the deep sleep is found in non-REM sleep. Delta activity in an awake adult signifies a serious organic brain disease. So whenever what it says that whenever person or patient is awake and if delta wave is generated, that means some disease will be there in the brain. Also whenever the cerebral cortex is separated from the lower part, then delta wave can also be recorded from that independent cortex. Delta waves also occurs in the cortex of animal that have had subcortical transaction separating the cerebral cortex from the thalamus, indicating that delta rhythm occurs in the cortex which is independent of the activities in the lower region of the brain. Sometimes it may occur that these waves, both all alpha, beta, theta and delta waves, they are appear normally though the disease is present in the brain, and sometimes they may not occur abnormally whenever disease is not present. So it is not you may have means conclusions like based on these waves we can surely diagnose the disease. So EEG plus the other investigations are required for confirmation of disease. Still, for though this limitation, EEG is main investigation for diagnosis of the epilepsy. Then various vascular lesions, meningitis, encephalitis, all these diseases. What is the epilepsy exactly? It is a brief disorder of the cerebral cortex which is associated with transient loss of consciousness and the sudden and significant discharge from the cerebral neurons. That you may have heard seizures or convulsions, that is epilepsy. Two kind of types are there, generalized and petit mal. So this is the recording of all four waves, how they are look like. This alpha wave, beta wave, theta wave and the delta waves. So that's it. Thank you.